Hey everyone, this is the Bearded Xeno, and this is going to be my review of the NECA Alien Series 7 Concept Xenomorph. Yeah, you see I got him out of the packaging and everything. This is what the packaging looks like. It is very reminiscent of the, other Alien packaging and everything. Got the eggs down here, egg in the background. Same panel on the back, although it does have different writing back here. I'll give you a shout out in a second. But where it usually says Alien's 35th anniversary, or Alien 35th anniversary, it says concept figure, which is a new thing they're trying to do with this franchise, and I really wholeheartedly love that. I love variations of Xenomorph, as you know, with my Kenner obsession over there. And I wholeheartedly am looking forward to more figures that we're going to get from this, but it's packaging. If you want to get a read up on what it says right there, pause. Okay. Packaging's on the floor. Now we're going to take a look at the figure. I'm going to have to pan up for this guy. This thing looks fantastic. I know a lot of people were a bit adverse to this figure when it first got announced. I was really excited for it because I know the history behind this. I love it when we have like a lost piece of history brought forth to us through action figure form, because this is the original design for the suit. This is what H.R. Giger wanted to do, and I love that. It appears to be bone white, but when you look at it through a heavy light, it is very translucent. It is just nicely painted. It actually has paint detail on it. As you can see right there, that's the clear plastic. And normally, when you hear clear plastic, 7-inch scale, or a NECA, you're like, oh god, is this going to be fragile? Mine's not fragile at all. And another thing that you have to worry about with fragility is these original 79 Xenomorph designs. The first one that I have, which I'm going to do for comparison here in a second, which is from the Series 2 wave, worked just fine. But the recent Walmart release that they got for that exact same figure, where he was the same mold, but it's a slightly better paint job than the original one, it broke right out of the packaging for me right at the leg. So that is something that has been notorious about these NECA Xenomorphs. Just because they're so skinny, so frail, you either get the joints too loose or too tight, and it's a delicate balance. And I think they've really, really hit their stride in the past 2 years or so with this. I think there's no issues with the dog alien that I had. No real issues with any of the releases currently, but except for the Walmart one. That's the only time I've had a break. But these are all great. These are all great. All the joints work just fine. And I'll just go ahead and show you. Very smooth all over. But I absolutely love this figure. And another great thing that they added to this one, peg holes. Yeah, peg holes are in the toe, and what you can do is you can just stick it on the NECA stand, and there we go. It's a little less wobbly, and that is so cool. The original one does not have that, which now it's work time to bring in the original one. See, he does not have any pickles in his toe, right there. Let me go like this. See, no pickles. And you see what I was talking about. The joints are either going to be too loose or they're going to be too tight. And unfortunately for me, with this guy, too loose. But I got it to work, and it looks just fine sitting in my alien diorama. But looking at these things side by side, you can kind of tell that it's a repaint, but they are so distinct. I think the new one really stands out. And I love that we got the original design, what Giger wanted for this suit. And that's just so cool. Like I said, I love getting lost history type things like that. And this is a bit of a weird one when it comes to, do I recommend you pick this up or not? And if you're a diehard Alien fan like me, then this should be in your collection. Because this, like I said, this is a lost piece of history. This is a neat, awesome, cool use of a repaint. And I think everyone should have this because it's nice to go through history and learn stuff. That was my favorite subject in school, is history. So anything dealing with that, especially lost history, just really really just speaks to me. That's why I like Indiana Jones more than I like Star Wars. But this is going to be hard to recommend unless you are a diehard. I'm just going to say that. Because I know a lot of people are just like, oh yeah, it's just a stupid repaint of the original Xeno. Why would I want that? And if you don't know the history, or if you're not open to learn about the history, you're just going to keep thinking that. And sadly, I don't know how big the market is for this. Hopefully it takes off. Hopefully it takes off. And hopefully, most of the collectors who buy these figures actually do care about this. But I do know, through the experience of the Wendrix figure that they produced, there are a lot of ignorant people that are collecting these figures, and a lot of people didn't know the story behind Wendrix and just treated it like a shit figure. Like, oh yeah, why would they produce this? It's not from the movie. This is garbage. I just always have him as a dead Marine in my collection. And that always just made my blood boil whenever I heard that. Because if you don't know the history behind the Wendrix, just look it up. I've explained it plenty of times on this channel, but that figure was just an amazing achievement that they actually made that. And I feel this is pretty close to that. I mean, you can't exactly compare a concept figure to a figure that's for a dear friend of the team who lost his life to cancer. A tribute figure to a concept figure, you can't really compare that. But they're kind of in the same vein, as they're not going to appeal to the mainstream collector of these figures. And hopefully me doing this review gets the word out that this is an awesome figure and that you should pick it up because of the history behind it. But I could definitely see a lot of people are just going to pass it over, and it's going to end up being a peg warmer. Just like, like Dallas is. Like, I always see Dallas's all over the place. Or like the Ripley, or Amanda Ripley in the spacesuit. I see those everywhere. But the Isolation Xeno is gone. I have not seen one in person at all. But I feel like if you want this, you're going to be able to get it, because I don't think it's going to sell too well. And that is very unfortunate, because it is an amazing figure. I mean, just look at how good this looks side by side with this. Compare and contrast bone white to jet black, and that is just so cool. Let's go ahead and show some of the details off on this guy real quick. Look at that. I mean, this thing's huge. These Xenos already are huge. Just look at that. The paint job is just exquisite. Like, they could have just made it into a clear plastic, but the fact that they put an actual paint job on this guy is just awesome. It looks cool. Because it looks just like bones until you get up closer. You're like, oh man, that thing's see-through. That is really unsettling. And that's like something that Giger would do. And that is so cool. I love this figure. I mean, just as soon as I open up the box and held this figure in my hand, I'm like, yeah, this is an amazing figure. This might end up being in my top 10 of the year, because it is so expertly done. It really is just a repaint, a recasting of this design over here. But that's what NECA does. NECA does repaints so well. So yeah, this is really going to depend how hard of a hardcore Alien fan you are, and how open you are to learn about the franchise and have a piece of history on your shelf. So that's just a decision you're going to have to make on your own, as any decision is. So let me know in the comments down below what you think about this Xeno. Let me know if I maybe persuaded you, if you were on the fence, or if you're just one of those people who didn't care about this. Because I really want this to take off, because I want them to keep doing concept Xenos like this. And, this is an easy repaint for them. Well, not easy, I'm just going to say. This didn't cost them that much to produce as it did like with the new AVP Xenos, which you're going to see next, because those are all new tooling, all new sculpts. This has been done before, and it was easy for them to make this, cheaper for them to make this. So maybe this will sell well enough that we'll get more concept figures in the future. But I really just want to get that word out that this is an amazing figure, that you should absolutely pick it up, because it is so cool. Anyways, I've been the Bearded Xeno for Clicking Phoenix Entertainment. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave in the comments down below. Like I said, let me know if you're going to pick this guy up, what you think about this guy, and I'll see you in the next video.